Hello, it's a beautiful October afternoon and I have a few books that I want to show you that I got the past week, and most of them, all of them were thrifted, and either from a local thrift store or a library bookstore sale. So I'll start with the fiction books first, and the first fiction books that I got were Canadian West series. I'm not sure if this is the full series or there are more parts, but these are the ones I found. This is When Calls the Heart by Jenna Oak. I have not read any of her books yet, and my sister loves them, so I might as well just try them out. This one is When Comes the Spring, When Breaks the Dawn, and When Hope Springs New. I just love all of these book covers. Aren't they just so lovely? And I watched the movie Love Comes Softly, and it was based on one written by Janet Oak, and I love it, so I think these books would be a wonderful read. The next fiction book, also by Janet Oak, is this one, Measure of a Heart, and I read the summary and I thought it was very interesting. It's probably some sweet love story. Another fiction read is by Becky Wade, and this is The Stubborn Heart. I have not read any of her books yet, but I've seen some reviews of Becky Wade's books, and she writes contemporary Christian, maybe some other genres, I'm not sure. But this is a beautiful story that proves sometimes falling in love is a matter of faith. And I like this fall themed book cover. Another one is Messy Andrews, and this is Isaiah's Daughter, a novel of prophets and kings. I have not read any of her books yet. I did start one, but I didn't get through it. It was A Broken Vessel, I believe. But I'm excited to have one of my own and see how I like it. And then I found the part of a series. The series is called Miriam's Journals, and it's by Carrie Bender. She is an Amish writer, and I only found the second, third, and fourth part, but I did read them before and I really enjoyed them, and they are just kind of like a diary of an Amish woman, and it starts out of her being single when she was around 30 or 40 years old, and then she gets married, and then talks about her life and her children and how she raises, she has a home and a family. I'll just show you the covers close up. This is a Winding Path. This is the second one. Then there's a Joyous Heart. Isn't this just beautiful? And this one. I just love these covers. The style of writing, like the descriptions and the atmosphere, kind of reminds me of Montgomery books, kind of a mix of Amish and Montgomery, which is an interesting combination. Let me show you them again. So these were all the fiction books, and let me show you some nonfiction and a few other random ones. So this is a nonfiction Christian living book. This is Before You Meet Prince Charming by Sarah Molly. Is founder of Bright Lights, which is a discipleship ministry designed to equip young ladies to use the years of their youth fully for Jesus Christ. This is a guide to radiant purity, and I have not read it yet, and I found this at Goodwill for about $4. It's mostly for young teenage girls. It has some illustrations and questions. This book can be used for small group discussions. We'll see after I read it what it is all about. So the next nonfiction book is this one, Pursuit of Love by Rebecca Bender, and this is a woman's journey from trafficked to triumphant. She was a varsity athlete and honor roll student with a promising future when the young man pretending to be her boyfriend lured her down a path she never imagined possible. So this is her autobiography, and this was 25 cents as well. Next one is a historical nonfiction. It's an autobiography, Alicia, My Story, Alicia Appleman German, and he speaks directly to a new generation of listeners, to the young who must learn, and to their elders who must be reminded. This is an account of survival during the Holocaust, and her heroism. She was 13 years old when she began saving the lives of people she did not know. So that's pretty much all I know. This was just a random book I came across, and it seemed like something I would want to read. I do reading real stories of people from World War II, how they survived and their experience. And there are a few reviews. I did read this one, Night by Ellie Weasel, and he says this memoir is heartbreaking, and I hope it will be read by Jews and non-Jews alike. So it must be really good. So the next book I got was this one, The Holy War by John Bunyan. John Bunyan wrote Pilgrim's Progress, and it is a pretty well-known classic, but I have not heard of the Holy War, and it would be interesting to see how similar, how good this one is as well, but I have not read the Pilgrim's Progress. I just saw the movie a while ago, so I thought this was a good find, and it was also 25 cents. This is another Christian living small book. It's Quiet Whispers from God's Heart for Women by Cherry Fuller. And it looks like a beautiful book with short, inspiring reads. Oh, just look at this. Here's a quote by Laura Ingalls Wilder, and she wrote a Christian series. Look at this. by Harriet Crosby. Teach us to pray, teach us to live, teach us to escape the worries of this world, to live and rest in you. The private prayers we pray at midnight are the prayers we live in the morning. That is just beautiful. It's a little beautiful book. Also 25 cents. Another one by a classic author. This is Oswald Chambers. The Studies in Sermon on the Mount. He is best known for My Utmost for His Highest, classic devotional, and it's a book on God's character and believers' conduct. It's a really small book, and I enjoyed reading Utmost for His Highest, and I also have a Bible with his note quotes and stuff, and I enjoy reading it. So this is someone that his books are books that inspire me. Another Christian living book, a book on When Love Takes Root, Engaged, William L. Coleman, and this is a beautiful old looking book, and I kind of skimmed through it, and I thought it would be something interesting to read, and it talks on being engaged and preparation for engagement. Engagement starts with an acknowledgement of love and a promise. It moves ahead with plans for a wedding day and a shared life. What are the joys and risks along the way? It offers topical helps to make your trip to the altar not just a waiting game, but a period of refining and maturing. There are chapters on the fun of marrying a stranger, good people make good marriages, weddings and honeymoons, and so on. Also 25 cents at a thrift store. Another classic is this one, To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, and I have not read this. I did not have to read this in school for my English class, so I really don't know what it's about, but I've heard people recommending it. It's one of the top read books. When I came across this kind of like newer copy and it looks nice, I thought, well, why not get it for 25 cents? The sun is hiding in the clouds, so it's getting a little darker, but halfway through, or a little more than halfway through. So here's another random nonfiction book. This one was from a free bookshelf at a library. It is by Robert Scholler, and it's an older copy of If It's Going to Be, It's Up to Me. The 8 Proven Principles of Possibility Thinking, and this is probably a kind of like I'm not sure if it's Christian, but just a self-development books. How to Set Goals That Will Work, The Secret to asking for help. So I'm not really sure what this is about, but I'll skim through it and see if I'll actually read it or not. But it was free, so why not? Here's another random, completely random free book that I got. This is by Maria Shriver, and it's a kind of a smaller short read. The things I wish I'd known before I went out into the real world. Basically just things that she learned. No job is beneath you is one chapter. Then there's your behavior has consequences. Be willing to fail. So I think this is another self-development. It was also a free copy, so I just got it. This one was 25 cents, and this is a foraging book. I love learning about herbs and the ways to use them, so this was a really good deal. I know it's an older edition. I think it's from, let's see, 2014. But I'm sure it still has valid information and things you can learn and helpful tips on using herbs and foraging. So these are all completely random. Let's do a cooking book. Here's one. This was a free copy as well. The China Study Cookbook, and it has some photos in there, some sweets and salads and main dishes, so just another recipe book. And I got 2 of those. This one is an old copy of the Rodale Cookbook. I sometimes like the older cookbooks. I don't know, just something about them, how they look, and just the old feel of it. Kind of reminds me of this off-grid type of lifestyle and just cottage kitchens. So this one does not have any pictures, but oh, that light is all over the place. Anyways, I like how this book, it shows the recipes and steps, so like not just a whole paragraph on instructions how to make something, but it actually goes by steps 1, 2, 3, 4, and yeah, has a whole variety of recipes and tips. Whoa. Okay. Hopefully the sun stays this way for a little while. I'm almost done. Another book, Detox Strategy, Vibrant Health in 5 Easy Steps. I'll take a look at this and maybe find something, some helpful tips. A few more. These are more like a biblical kind of reference books and on spiritual, on Bible readings. So this one is a Bible dictionary. It was a read-drawn copy from the library. Another one, reading the Bible wisely. It's a short read and might be helpful. Another one, the King James Bible, Short History from Tyndale to Today. Also a smaller read, a withdrawn copy, and just something good to have for reference and for just education. And last but not least, I have this one, The Artist's Way, and it's a spiritual path to higher creativity by Julia Cameron. I have heard a few times about this book, but I've never actually went through it, and don't know much about it. Only that it's a good kind of workbook for creative soul if you are just, I'm not even sure exactly what it's about, but it was 25 cents, so I thought I just might get it. And so it looks like it's a workbook for 12 weeks that you can go through and be inspired and learn a few things on how to be more creative and just see beauty all around, something like that, but I'm not exactly sure. Like there's one, Recovering a Sense of Possibility, and so it talks about exploring how you curtail your own possibilities by placing limits on the good you can receive. Sounds more like a philosophical book. There are kind of like quizzes that you can do, and then things you can list or topics you can write about, like what I wish to do or tasks to do, and check-in questions. And I don't know, I just heard a lot of people who like to work and create things with their hands and just are creative souls. They really liked this book, and they said good reviews about it. These were all of my thrifted books, but if you'd like to see some of my review books that I received in the mail from publishers, then stay for a few more minutes. So here are the books. This one was just such a surprise in the mail. This is from Revel, and it's titled The Conqueror by Brian Litfin, and he is a professor at a Moody Bible Institute. And just look at this book. This is a 500-page read, and it's a hardcover copy, and just so beautiful. I was so surprised when I saw this in the mail, and I felt like this was like a birthday gift for me because I love biblical fiction. And this was just sent for a review, and just I did not expect this to be so beautiful, and just, yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this book. And then another book which I thought is just so sweet, just look at this copy of The Key to Love by Betsy St. Ament Haddox. Okay, here's her full name, and I really don't know how to pronounce it, but this is a new author to me, and this cover is just such a kind of sweet, cozy looking cover, and there's a bunch of sweets, and it's a bake shop, and it looks like it would be a perfect read for Valentine's Day. Just the cover reminds me of Valentine's and just all the Valentine feels. This one is also from, yeah, all of these are from Revel. This is a part from series, The Global Search and Rescue book number 3. I read the second one and I enjoyed it, so I did request this one by Susan May Warren, The Price of Valor. And sometimes I do enjoy kind of a contemporary action book. More of like a mystery or suspense book, and it involves kidnapping and lots of stuff going on in there. And last but not least, I won a book and advanced reader copy of a book that will be published October 13th by Sarah Elad. And this is such a beautiful book cover, and it has like this like non-glossy finish, and feels so smooth, so soft. And I started reading this one, only 16 pages in, but so far it sounds like it's gonna be a good read. So here are my non-thrifted books. I'm excited to read them, and I think that's all for now. And if you enjoyed this video and you are curious about any of those thrifted books that I found, if you would like to know if I like them, or if you'd like me to review some of them after I read them, you're always welcome to comment and let me know. And I think that's it. Bye.